Live from PATV Studios, it's the Lylestyleshow. And now, the man with the most style, it's your host, Lylestyle.
I want to welcome everybody out there to another edition of Lylestyleshow. We have a beautiful show here. Man, this is more of a politic type of show. I have two guests on my show. The first guest is Mr. Botchway. He's running for city council at large. A young brother that's doing this thing, and we talk to him, and then I'm gonna have rocyeann Porter on the show, the second half, talking to her about her seat. So I want to welcome Mr. Botchway to the show.
Pleasure.
Pleasure, young man. We talked briefly a little bit about what's going on and whatnot, and I know the viewers haven't heard all this, so we want to get to a little bit of background about, you said you're from South Carolina.
All right, I'm originally from South Carolina, moved up here 6 years ago, or 6.5 years ago now. Graduated from law school 3.5 years ago, and currently I work at the Johnson County Auditor's Office as the deputy auditor.
Oh, good position, man. You're doing your thing. And now you're running for city council at large. Now what does that entail? City council at large.
Basically, that just means that for the entire city, everybody in city council represents the entire city. For those that are in District B, C, and A, they have to live in that particular district in order to run for city council. Me, I could live within within the limits of Iowa City, but wherever I wanted to live in Iowa City, and then represent the entire city in that way.
All right, and you're on the city council, then you'll be on the city council, right? Because I was wondering, District B, she lives in District B area.
Right.
Whoever's doing, they're running for that office.
They have to live in that district.
Right.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. You could just.
Since I'm at large, I can live wherever in Iowa City.
Okay, good. And now, what brought you out here? You were telling me a little bit of background about you, that you graduated from law school here.
Correct. That's what actually brought me here. Iowa was one of the top law schools that I applied for, and I really appreciated getting in. I had a great education from there. Really taught me a lot of different things. One of the reasons I went to law school wasn't necessarily to be a lawyer, but just the opportunities that came from having a JD and just that legal training. And so I think that I've been in the best position because I can speak to a lot of different things. And then also with a criminal justice background in criminology as well,
oh, wow,
I can also speak to some of the issues that are facing Iowa City today.
All right. And now you've been living in Iowa City for about 6 years?
Right.
Wow. Okay. You're a resident, man. You've been here. Yeah. You're just part of the Iowa City people then. The Iowan. Yeah. So and a little bit about your background. You're running for city council at large. Now, as you being an African American, do you feel a little bit of pressure of running for that particular position? As you being a young African American, what's your takes on that?
I do. I mean, I don't like to talk about it as far as do I think that being African American makes me qualified to be a city council member? No, I think all the other things that I talk about in my platform, as well as the person I am and the qualifications I have, working with budgets, working on city issues, that's what qualifies me as a city council member. However, as a young African American man, I also look at this opportunity to not necessarily want to be a role model, but at least put myself in a light where if other people that particularly have issues towards the minority community can see somebody who at least is trying to do good things, then they can stereotype in a positive way instead of stereotype in a negative way, which we frequently see.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. Yeah, right answer, man. You got my vote already, man. And that's good to ask you about that. Now we talked a little bit about your support, your personal life with your family. And your family back in South Carolina? Right. And they support you, I guess, I'm gathering they support you.
Yeah, I mean, they're all supportive. It's just tough, they're not here. My mom's, she teaches nursing.
Okay.
My sister actually lives in Boston, and my brother, he works in the factory in South Carolina as well.
Okay.
So, they're also, they're busy with their lives as well. And, I try to shoot them texts or shoot them as much information as I can, but it's basically from a support standpoint here. It's just been basically a sole gig as far as my family's concerned.
Amen. But I know they're proud of you.
Right.
And so now, what is? So you've been around talking to people. So what is the issues since you've been around, you talked to you about? They asked you whatever that's been kind of stood out to you.
Just the main issues. What do you think about the economic development going on downtown? I simply say that while downtown is important, I like to look at the different areas of Iowa City because people from all walks of life whether that be in the southeast neighborhood, whether that be on the west side, the north side, the east side, don't necessarily get a chance to come downtown for a variety of reasons: transportation, money. Some people think it's too expensive. And so what I want to do is, not only diversify business in downtown to make it so people can come down there and really be a part of it, but also, have economic development throughout the Iowa City area to have that walkability, so you don't have to worry about catching the bus or worry about trying to get a ride to a certain place. You can just walk to your favorite restaurant, close to whatever your area is. But also connect to community, doing a better job as far as engaging as citizens in a way we don't currently do, reaching out to citizens instead of telling citizens to come to us, but also that community input standpoint where instead of talking to the community later on, when we're about ready to vote, talking to them in the planning stages and really getting their ideas and incorporating their ideas, not just listening, incorporating their ideas in a way that, civically engages people, gives them a sense of responsibility, and then pushes everybody forward as a community.
Amen. Oh, wow. Excellent answer, man. My goodness, man. Again, you got my vote again, man. But okay, and that's a good. I mean, that's a good platform. And okay, but what is the second? Because I know there's very different issues that are out there. They ask you, what is the next issue that you found that's been kind of asked, as you went around talking to people?
A lot of it's just been the policing issue,
Okay.
the diversity, the disproportionate minority contact. A lot of people have a lot of questions about that. Sometimes they're just questions, regardless of what community I am, just for the fact that I'm a young African American male, just asking me, what is this disproportionate minority contact that you're talking about? Because nationally, Iowa is one of the highest states as far as disproportionate minority contact,
right.
and people see that in the paper and just like, why? What's going on? I think it's a lot of different things. When you look at the CRJ report or different reports, you can't specifically just say it's the police. Now, police have a lot to do with it and their practices and their procedures, and so you need to look at how to address that. But it's also, socioeconomic status. It's schools. It's a lot of different things that come down the pipeline. And so again, it's not necessarily something that I have the answer to. But what I will do, and what I am good at doing, is getting out in that community, asking them, give me the laundry list of things that are the problem, and let's actually work through them together.
Amen.
And put you in resources and positions where you can work through it yourselves as well. So.
My goodness, young man, that's wonderful. That should have been done, period. But yeah, sometimes it takes someone young like yourself to have that fresh idea to come up with that, whatever. And so, but that's pretty. Now we talk a little bit about the homeless situation out here.
Right.
What is your issue about that? What is your
as far as the homelessness issue, Iowa City is the county seat. It's the place where everything happens from that standpoint. And so a lot of people, or I guess the cities in general, will push their homeless onto Iowa City, which is fine. Iowa City has a great social work, has a great social services background. I mean, that's what we hang our hat on. So I don't necessarily mind that part. What I do mind is us trying to change that image, and trying to change the image in the face of, how the homeless affect downtown business or whatever the case may be. Instead of being punitive, which, I guess somewhat of the ordinance speaks to, figuring out a way to really address that in a social service capacity, I think is always the answer. Like I talked to you about previously, it's about asking people what they want, and you'd be surprised what they would tell you. When I walk downtown in that area where they say is the homeless area or used to be the homeless area, I just ask a couple of questions. There's people that need housing. There's people that just want to be left alone. There's people that just had a rough time and a rough situation and don't exactly know what to do next. And so in that sense, it goes back to how I would speak to any community member, rich, poor, black, white. I ask them, what it is, laundry list of what it is you want, and then we can look at ways of getting through it together and setting you up with the resources that are already in Iowa City. I think Iowa City has a lot of things to do and a lot of opportunities for people. Unfortunately, it's tough to get that access to resources. It's even tough to know about those access, that access.
Oh, wow, okay, that's good, yeah. Because we do have a lot of programs.
Right.
And what the situation, do we have a lot of things for young people to get involved with, to occupy their time in a positive way so they won't be getting into a little mischief or won't get into the negative type of things and going out doing this, especially at nighttime. Well, do we have stuff out there? Well, what do you think about that?
I'll say no. I know I've been criticized for saying that, but I didn't. It's not that I mean, from a personal standpoint, being a younger individual,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's not a lot of stuff to do. If I had lived here growing up, it'd be tough for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then I decided to ask the city high class that I spoke with, and they said the only thing that they do downtown, or the only thing they do when they go, out, is eat or go to the movies. Those two things aren't necessary. I mean, and when you talk about eating or going to the movies, you have to have money for those things.
Right.
And so if you don't have the means to do those things, then you're kind of left without doing much. And so what can we
Getting
do?
into other things.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. And the thing about it is like, I have a young perspective, but I also have a credence to the past.
Okay.
And we used to have arcades here. We used to have different things that kids used to be able to do to busy themselves, to have that time. I bring up something like the Gus Macker tournament, which is a tournament where you can play basketball throughout the streets of Iowa City. It brings people from all walks of life down to Iowa City, or whatever city it is, to play basketball, 3-on-3 basketball on the streets. Businesses will come out, similar to how they do in the Soul Fest and other places.
Okay.
They can sell their food, whatever the case may be. And it's a great opportunity to interact with people in a way that they don't currently do. That's just something else that we can do for younger individuals to do. Why don't we have a comedy house? Why don't we, work with schools, have a partnership between schools in the city to promote different things. I remember, one of my claims to fame back in the day, I used to be Tiny Tim, which is kind of funny now.
Tiny Tim?
I used to be Tiny Tim. I used to be Tiny Tim. And that was something that I could get into because it was a playhouse.
Yeah.
It was a theater. But a lot of people don't know, we have a Riverside Theater and that they can participate, or they have an Englert Theater. These are the things that, we can tell our young kids about, we can tell younger individuals about participating in, and figuring out ways to subsidize a cost or give certain discounts so everybody can participate and everybody can be contributing members.
Amen. Oh man, I love it already, young man. I love it. We have to. That is a positive way. That's getting the community involved. That's getting young people involved, and because the young people are the future, and we want to get these young people off that negative road onto some positive road, and give them something that they enjoy doing, that's fun for them. And that that we all can get together, with black, white, green, blue, whatever.
Right.
We all can get together, and because to me, it's a human thing. It's not a black, white, green thing. It's a human thing.
Right.
Because we're all human beings, and that's a good answer, man. Now, and we talked briefly a little bit about the welfare system. Okay, and you gave me some thoughts about that.
Basically, it's a situation where welfare is for people that need it.
Right.
For those that don't. We need to do a better job of just assessing the situation, and then maybe making the requirements stricter. It's a tough situation to ever get in because it's such a case-by-case thing.
Oh, yes.
You never know about people's needs. You might see a certain thing. You might see somebody buy candy in the store, but you don't know what's going on at home to have that situation be what it is.
Okay.
However, we do need to do a better job because while we do have programs, we don't want people abusing those programs. But you can also look at it on the flip side, and introducing things like affordable wages, affordable housing also helps in those areas. That's something that we're saying Porter really speaks to, is doing a better job as far as affordable housing, because when you can lower the cost of housing, bills, and other areas, then you don't necessarily need those programs to help prop you up, and you're becoming, again, that contributing member of society. That's important. And the reason why I keep talking about being that contributing member is that one of my other points is fiscal responsibility. The recent tax legislation that's coming down the pipeline is going to be changing our commercial tax to residential tax. What that does is it cuts us about $5 million each year for the next 10 years, starting in about a year and a half. That's going to hit services in Iowa City at large in a hard way. And so instead of figuring out ways to cut services, let's figure out ways where we can have other members that don't necessarily contributing to the greater economic landscape of Iowa City in a way that other cities have done and been successful at, regardless of whether or not they've had problems coming down the pipeline.
Wow, that's excellent, man. Wow, we should. Hey, people listening, we got to adopt that. We got to adopt what he's saying. We got to get this man on city council. I mean, young man, you'd be great. I can see you got my vote, man. I mean, just not because you're African American, because you got you qualified, you got some great ideas, contributing, and there's some positive ideas that can be they're doable ideas. They're doable ideas that if everybody get together in the city council and sit down and say, hey, let's see what we could do about this. They could do, and it'll make this town a better town for every human being that's living in this town, and people in the future that come to this town. Really, these ideas that you have are wonderful ideas, man. And wow, I just can't say praises about you, man. Because and between me and you, it's my first time meeting you, and you won me already, man.
Thank you. Thank
you.
You
Really have, and I mean that sincerely. Wow, city council member, yeah, that's it. You're the man for it. So I want to say thank you for coming here.
No, thank you.
Hey man, thank you really.
I always appreciate it.
Man, I love to see young people doing their thing in a positive way and contributing in a positive way, and also being a role model in a positive way. That's what you're doing. I mean, we all role models. We doing positive things. We all role models. So, as far as I'm concerned, and it's a human thing. So, so anything you want to say to kick us off?
That's it. I want your vote on Election Day, November 5th or before. Again, not because I'm an African American or not because I'm young, but I really preach a diversity of thought that I think needs to push us forward and have that discourse that brings the entire community to the table and pushes us forward as a community together. So thank you.
Amen. I mean, you want to give a shout out to anybody, man?
I just want to thank my mom. She was great.
She was great. Mom.
She was great.
Amen.
She was great helping me do this.
Yeah. Amen. Your mom, because we're gonna put this on YouTube. So your mom, hey, you raised somebody up real good. So I want to say I don't want y'all to touch that channel. We're gonna be right back again with our second guest. Rocyeann Porter is running for City Council at District B. So she'll be on the show. So do not touch that channel. Lylestyle Show will be right back. Well, I want to welcome you back to the second half of the Lylestyle Show. If you think the first half was bad, this second half is going to be really off the chain, as far as I'm concerned. I'm here with Rocyeann Porter. She's running for Iowa City Council, District B. And I want to say welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Ms. Porter, thank you for coming on. I've been trying to talk to you about coming on. Last time it was a little different story, whatnot. This is not a radio show. This is a radio talk show. But no, I know you're busy. Because you are doing the shelter house. And I want to thank you. First of all, I was talking to Mr. Kingsley earlier, and so I guess my viewers want to know a little bit about you. What about now? Now you originally from Saginaw, Michigan.
Yes.
I got to stop when you said that.
Yeah.
My mom lives in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
She's a school teacher, retired, and I thought Detroit was bad.
Yeah.
But I know Saginaw. Detroit don't have nothing on Saginaw.
Yeah, it's a lot of killing.
Oh my goodness, young lady.
Yeah. Black on black crime.
Oh my goodness.
It's a lot. Yes.
And you say, I'm tired of this. And so, okay, now, so is your family still back in Saginaw?
I do have family back in Saginaw.
Okay. So you have anybody out here?
My husband. I got a couple of nephews and nieces out here down here with me.
So how does he feel being out here?
My husband?
Yes.
My husband I actually met when I came to Iowa in '89.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, so he...
Yeah, he's from Arkansas, so
oh,
he don't even like going to Saginaw.
I know.
Oh, no.
He's from the deep south.
Yeah, he's from Arkansas.
Oh, shoot, boy. Okay, Dad.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good to know. But now, you've been here for 25 years.
Yes.
You paid your dues, young lady.
I have. I really feel I have. I come here in 1989. I moved to Washington, Iowa.
Washington, Iowa.
Yeah, I came to work for IBP.
Oh, wow, you really paid your dues.
Minimum wage back then was $3.35, and they was paying $6, so a bunch of us packed up like the Beverly Hillbillies. And we
Listen
moved
to a story
Iowa.
about a man named Jay.
Yeah, so we came down and
Yep,
I lasted 33 days at IBP.
Oh, that was rough.
And,
rough work.
Oh, it was rough.
Oh, I know it was.
So I ended up moving to Iowa City in '93.
93, okay, because you must have been in Washington in 92?
Nope, I actually moved from Washington to Burlington, Iowa, and stayed there a year.
Oh, Burlington, Iowa.
Yes.
Oh, that's another little town. That's another different town. It's different from Iowa City, though. Real different from Iowa City.
Rent is much cheaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a 3-bedroom house was $275.
Oh my man!
So.
Let me sit back on that one right there.
Yeah.
What, in Burlington?
In Burlington, yeah.
Oh man, I'm surprised people ain't going to Burlington now. Oh wow!
A lot of people might be.
Yeah,
going
might be
that
after
way.
this. Yeah, after hearing this. Yeah,
yeah.
but okay now, but you're running for Iowa City City Council District B.
Yes.
Now, what is District B? What does that tell? What is that?
District B goes all the way out by St. Patty's Church out Scott Boulevard, Lemmy School, all the way back down the highway, Scott Boulevard to across the highway, Highway 6 to Grantwood School.
Okay. Ooh, that's a lot of coverage.
It's a lot of coverage.
You cover a lot of territory
Yes.
doing that there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And okay, now you paid your dues. I know that. What brought you into doing this type of work? Into politics and doing.
One of the
what you do?
things that got me involved as a parent, African American parent, was the issues we were having in the
Okay.
junior high school with the police being called on the kids.
Okay. Okay. So like in southeast.
Southeast Junior High.
Okay.
Yes. And there were some issues, and that's how I got involved, and I just stepped out the box and just got involved. I had to, you know, and then I went from joining one committee to the other.
Wow.
Every time you turn around, there's another committee, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
And have you seen a lot of changes since you've been involved? Have you seen any progress? What's your thoughts?
I've seen a lot of change. I've seen change in the housing authority, the housing issues, change in the school.
Because you're really
district.
good on housing. That's what you're
Yeah.
champion.
Yep. I've seen change in the school, the education, and policing as well, racial profiling. So
Okay.
it all exists right here in Iowa City.
Wow, wow. I mean, this is a college town, and we get,
Yeah.
and we want to say that there's good police officers out there.
Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
that's doing
Absolutely.
good.
Yeah.
But that it shouldn't exist nowhere, and not here, not nowhere, whatever.
Right.
So what do you think you could contribute as being on the city council to help help eliminate that? What would you be some of the things you would talk about or?
I think I would be a voice for the people.
Okay.
I've worked so many years just with individuals and one-on-one contact with families and individuals in the community of different issues where it's been housing, policing, and education. Been doing this for years, so I think that it's time to bring this, and it has come to city council because it came through the way where the city council came up with the ad hoc committee.
Okay.
So, they know that there are some issues, and they went on for 6 months and talked to the people out in the public, but nothing really has been done from the ad hoc committee. I mean, they
Really?
made recommendations to the city,
Okay.
and the city really didn't do anything.
Why is that? What do you think that is?
Just from
Not enough voices, or some of what?
I don't know how many voices they need to hear. Somebody
Okay.
on the city council
Okay.
made a statement that we need a committee to, when new people come here to address, issues and talk to these people. Well, 2 years ago, I started Family to Family
Okay.
partnership.
Okay.
And
That's a committee.
No. It's actually not a committee. It's a mentoring for families, brand new families coming into town, giving them the resources and the education of all Iowa City. So we
Okay.
started that 2 years ago. So no, we don't need that. What we
Okay.
need to do is take, and then they said we need committees. And I'm on the Coalition for Racial Justice.
Okay.
I'm on the DMC, Disproportionate Minority
Oh, my-
Contact.
okay.
I'm on the PCRB,
Oh,
Police
shoot.
Citizen Review Board.
Oh,
I'm on the JJYD, Juvenile Justice Youth
Okay.
Development. I could just keep going. How many?
You own all the committees.
How
You
many
own the
committees?
committee,
And that's what I said. How
so
many
we need
committees?
to change. We need to change.
How
things.
many committees do we need to hear
Yeah,
from
yeah, we
before
don't.
somebody?
Okay.
What we need to do is embrace the fact that racism exists, and we
Okay.
got to sit down and we got to talk about it. It needs to
Okay.
be, and that's the only
Okay.
way it's going to be
Well,
dealt with.
We're talking about it on the show now, so
Yes.
which is a good thing. So,
Yes.
so now, okay, to me, you know what? To me, talk is cheap to a certain extent.
Oh.
So we need.
Yes.
Okay, we can talk,
It's
but we
time.
need to embrace the
Say
fact
it.
that we all are
Say
human
it.
beings.
Yes.
We all human. This ain't no black, white, green, blue. This is
Exactly.
a human being, because we all, God created us all as human
Exactly.
beings.
Exactly.
Because it's a human race.
Yes.
So we just get off of looking at this right here to look at what's on the inside of our hearts.
Exactly.
We can't. I mean, we can't see it, but our character is what we have to look at. Everybody. I don't care if you're green, blue, purple,
Exactly.
pink, polka dot, purple with stripes on your face. It doesn't matter. You're a human being. It's a character of the
Yeah.
content is what I look at.
Yes.
And the people that's out there that's in these positions
Yes.
need to get off their horse and say, okay, look at the character. I don't care who you are. If you got good character, okay, hey, welcome aboard.
Yes.
Okay, you have bad character, well, maybe we can help you get into some good character.
Right.
So that's what you're doing.
Yes, sir. That's what
I
I'm trying
commend
to
you
do.
for doing that, young
Yes.
lady. Because Ms. Marion Coleman talk about you a lot. If she talks highly about you, you got to be a good person. So your platform and what you're running for as being city council.
Yes.
What do you, when you get on the city council, because you got my vote already, young lady.
Okay.
Get on city council, what would you do?
First of all, we need to attack this affordable housing.
Okay.
We need some
figured that.
housing here. Yes, even several times inclusionary zoning has come to the table. We're going to have to talk about it. We need to find some housing here in Iowa City, and it needs to be affordable housing for all.
Okay.
Not just some, like I've been telling people, they're building buildings downtown, and they're
Yes.
going to build on the riverfront crossings, and, but will it include affordable housing? Who's going to live there? It's all about leadership for all, and that's what I will bring.
Okay, amen. Leadership for all.
Yes.
That's a good platform.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, and what other issues that you feel strongly about?
Oh, consistently working with others in increase living wage jobs.
Okay, that's
and
what.
so that everybody
you're
will be able to have a better quality of life here. We got people working 2 jobs, $7.25, $8 an hour,
Yeah, that's true.
and have to take all their money and pay rent, have to pay, the lights, utilities, just working to just, go to
Right.
work to pay bills.
Right. So, because that's where affordable housing comes in. At.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
they can afford. I mean, if you can take a minimum wage job and have affordable housing, then you can. Plus, when you have kids.
You can see the light.
Yes.
You'd be able to see.
Yes.
But right now,
Yeah,
another
right.
thing that's, we got a lot of our people going to work for corporate business right here in our town. We got 2 factories that's bringing in temp service jobs. The job paid
Right.
$18 to $21
Yeah,
an hour,
right.
and our people getting paid $8 to work for them.
Wow.
So we need to get rid of the middleman and hire those people in.
Okay.
We'd be doing good.
So why is that? Why did they go to that?
I
Well,
call
they
it
can't-
wage staff. That's what it is.
Wage stuff. I
Wage
like-
staff, we pay them the cheaper. We go through the temp service, but then we don't have to worry about the benefits.
Right. Right.
So-
So the companies are starting to cut down on paying people
Oh,
and
yeah.
benefits. Or
They've been
whatever.
doing it for years.
Yeah. and they
Right
still
here in
do it.
our old little town, right here,
Wow.
Iowa City.
Iowa City, the town that's known for the university.
The
and-
University of Iowa does it too. Temp
Yeah.
service jobs, yes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Now, wow, they have changed because I don't think it was back in the '90s. I don't think that I don't know if they did it back in the '90s, but it didn't seem that way. But things have changed. So we're not. You don't think we're kind of moving forward though? And today,
we're not moving
2013.
No. We're moving forward. It's like a turtle. It's
Slow.
Not,
Oh, slow.
it should be
yeah.
better than this. It should. And my third thing would be just to say to embrace diversity.
Okay.
Ah.
And when you say brace diversity, what do you mean by that?
Everybody that's coming here, people come here to do better. No matter,
Okay,
and when I
good.
say
I like to hear that.
people, it's not
Doing better.
Yes.
If they want to do better, okay. What about the ones that are not coming here to do better? Now,
Then-
how do you deal with that?
We try to empower them with education
Right.
and give them the resources that we need.
Right.
But if they do something as far as crime wise, then you go to jail. You have to deal with that.
And
But
pay the
those
cost
that
off.
are here
Okay.
to do better, people of color. It does
Right.
not matter who you are, black,
Right.
white,
Right.
Caucasian,
Right.
Asian, Sudanese. It does not matter.
Right.
It should be,
Yeah.
people come here to do better.
Yes.
So Iowa City, progressive, Iowa, sure.
Amen.
Yes.
That's a good platform
Yes.
because I'm a big champion for people that's coming to do better.
Right.
That want a better life.
Right.
That want to better themselves in a positive way
Exactly.
and be better for their kids and have better things and have their kids to do better.
Yes.
And that type of thing. Because we all want to have our kids to do better than we did.
Exactly.
So those are the type of people we want to focus because there's a handful of people that come in with that. I hate to say it. Well, forget it. I don't hate to say it. With a thug mentality from
Yeah.
different cities,
Yeah.
different towns,
Yep.
and coming here with that type of mentality and getting all the people looking at more so. They're looking at people like myself, yourself, Mr. Bouchway, whatever, that's
Yeah.
doing positive things, that wants to embrace positive people that are doing positive things.
Exactly.
Let's focus on those people,
Yes.
whatnot. And let's weed out the ones that have a thug mentality, that don't want to do better, just want to try to skate by and try to flim flam the I say, see, I'm old. Flim flam the system, and you know what you're saying, whatever, is try to embrace the positive in
Yes,
people.
exactly.
And you know, we need people like yourself to have that happen, so we can do that. So I want you to say the last. What would you say the last word you want to get out to the viewers? What you
I would just like to encourage people to get out and vote, either now or before November 5th. And I encourage that you know, ask that people will vote for me, rocyeann Porter. I feel that I will be a voice for the people.
Amen.
I feel that I have been a voice, and I have paid my dues. I just want to bring back compassion to public service.
Amen.
We've lost that.
We have lost
We
that.
have lost that, and I feel like it's not about buildings, you know, beautifying Iowa City, you know, with the buildings and building downtown, but we still have to deal with the public in our community. And I think the people in our community makes a difference. It should be all people. So leadership for rocyeann Porter, leadership for all.
Amen. I love it. Oh, look, girl, you got my vote already. Young lady.
Okay.
I appreciate. Thank you for
All
coming on
right.
the show.
Thank
I
you for
appreciate
having me.
that.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you being positive, and you keep doing what you're doing. And I just want to say, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter who you want to vote for.
Yeah.
Go out there and vote. Don't complain about it. Do something about it, about
Exactly.
voting. And
Yes.
so I was stressed about that. If you complain, then you have to go out there and vote to get your word heard. So I wanted people to say that, go out there and vote on November 5th. And I just want to give a shout out to my sweetheart, Kathy. I love you. Thank you for supporting me. I'll see you next time. And I want to say to everybody out there that watch the Lifestyle Show, get the word out to vote. Keep styling and profiling. Till next time, we're out of here. Peace.